Hello, it's Jason with Hardy Life Outdoors. I know typically you catch me in Southeast Ohio, but it's a Friday. I'm at home, and I'm up in Delaware County, Ohio, which is kind of central Ohio. We got hit last night with a pretty good storm. Eric and I just happened to be out looking for, or picking up dinner for him. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, which is about 8 miles away, and the lightning was significant. We started getting warnings to take cover for tornadoes, and we were kind of midway between places, so we grabbed his food, headed home, and it started getting bad. As we were getting closer to home, the wind really picked up, blew the Jeep pretty good. As we were driving home, power went out, and I just kept, as I was coming towards the house, hoping that our power stayed on. About not even a mile away, we came to an area, and the big high power poles were down. So, the giant towers, and I'm looking out my backyard, I can see one way off in the distance, but the closest one and the next one, I would say 2 or 3 of them are down. I'm getting ready to go out and take a look at those. But they were down, the lines were down, hanging. They weren't hanging close enough to the road to get you. But the car ahead of us made it under them. I looked at it and decided, nothing was moving. It wasn't like it was collapsing. The other car made it through no problem. So, we passed under them. I was glad to get under them without any problems. But they are down everywhere. I mean, those are big towers. I suspect that those will be down for weeks. I mean, if you just take into account the idea of getting the materials and getting them here is going to take time, and then rebuilding those things. I can't imagine how long they're going to be down. My concern is, did those high power lines, which don't supply our local neighborhood, did they hit our local supply, and what's it take to get our local power back up? So I'm expecting we're going to be out for days. If you can hear it in the background, I got the generator running. We got refrigerators going. We got the sump pump going. I'm not overly concerned about our welfare. Not even, a half mile away. If you, let me turn the camera a little bit. If you can see the houses over there, that area got hit much harder than us. I'm gonna go drive through that neighborhood. I went through it last night, and there's a lot of houses with siding off of them. Garage doors blown in. Whatever the weather pattern was, it came through, got those power lines, and went straight on through the neighborhood. I went out last night about 10:30, took 5-gallon jugs with me and filled up with gas. I wanted to make sure that, I didn't know how widespread the power outage was, but north of us it was out. I went south of us, I was able to fill up a bunch of jugs, get my car full of gas. So I got stuff to run the generator for a number of days. It runs about 8 hours on 5 gallons. If I can run it for a period of time, keep the refrigerator going, keep the battery for the sump pump backup charged, we'll be in good shape here. And it doesn't seem like the city of Columbus got hit that bad, so can certainly head down there for refills. So I'm gonna go check things out. As I look around, the neighbors, it looks like the neighbors' furniture 2 doors down is in our backyard. It's laying on top of the other neighbor's pool. So we're gonna go check it out. What I saw last night in our neighborhood was not bad, but let's go check it out. So as I head out, again, things here aren't that bad, but I did notice the neighbor's Tesla is plugged in, getting no charge. So I'm sure the crazy right will have fun with that one, freaking out about, all the Tesla drivers who can't drive. Now I bet they wish they had it. On and on. I can't stand it. I'm not a fan of the extreme right or the extreme left, but yeah, I figure it's no time before they'll jump on the bash the electric car bandwagon. But anyway, so this is a house they were building here in the neighborhood. It's not storm damage. Well, I say it's not storm damage. It's storm damage. It was framed, and you can see one of the walls back there in the yard. But I see people's lawn furniture up on top of it. These trees, they were pulled out as part of the construction process, so no concerns there that the wind damage did that. But The framing job here is going to be a cleanup job before they can go back to framing. So this is that house. I decided to walk up here, get a little better you know, I don't think it takes a whole lot to bring one of these down that's just in the framing stages, but you can look out through there. There's construction debris quite a ways out there. But, you know, very fortunate. This could have been a lot worse. You know, looking around, looks like some of the materials banged off the side of that house. So this is the neighborhood right next to mine, and man, it is in way worse shape than mine. Just stopped at a buddy of mine's, and his house is hit pretty good. So here's the crazy thing. I mean, we're barely a block away from where you saw all that damage, and these houses are in way better shape. There was just a line that weather came down through and hit, and man, you know, one section of neighborhood, and it left the ones on each side just fine. So this is the major issue. Now, these are the giant high power towers that are down. Now you can see, you know, they're here in the yard. There's another one over there. You can't see it well, but it's down over there through the trees. So by my count, 1, 2, 3, I would say we got 4 or 5 of these towers that are down. Hard to see it, but over here's the high school. They got a few buildings with roof material missing. So this is obviously a soccer goal, but it is blown out of this field. I mean, just the fact, there's not a whole lot there to catch the wind, but every one of them has been blown across the field. What you can't see from here is the power lines that are down. I'm trying to figure out where they cross up here, but they're down. That's another one of the big power poles that's down. You know, I'm looking around and not even seeing everything. You know, here's the roof on this house, gone. Whole side of that place, garage door, garage wall, just pressurized and just destroyed it. You know, garage doors in bad shape. You know, here's a swing set parts. You know, minor there. That one really got hit. you know, didn't really realize it was so dark last night. Didn't realize how fortunate we were that we didn't get, you know, I had no idea this was going on to this extent. It, you know, my guess is they'll call this high winds versus an actual tornado touchdown. So, you know, in the grand scheme, as bad as it looks, the damage is really relatively minor compared to, you know, a significant tornado coming through. I mean, there's, you know, stuff here in the backyards, but we're about to drive out of it. You know, you see this tree down. Once you're past this point, you know, you're back into my neighborhood and there's little to no damage. So this is the area Eric and I drove through last night. You can see the big tower is down as you look on out through here. You know, the rest of them are intact. This one's down. This is the start. You can see the lines go down through the water here and on out that direction. I suspect this is part of the major issue with our power right here is when the big lines came down, they took everything off of that pole. No idea if that's actually the issue. Issue there to be addressed. So I talked to one of the supervisors here. He says they're going to have the cleanup done in the next couple days. 2 to 3 weeks they will have towers back up and power restored. He said there's 3 crews here, one from Canton, one from Cambridge, and one from Columbus. And they're just they're working pretty much 7 days a week during the daylight. But he said they'll get materials in here pretty quick and they'll get these towers stood back up in just a matter of a couple weeks. I figured it'd be months between getting materials and building it. Not the case. Well, I'm going to call this an episode. It's kind of wild. You know, one street, people are picking up the mess and things that have fallen apart. Here, they're delivering new cabinets and building a new house, you know, barely a street away. So, you know, from one block to the next, big difference in what this storm did. So, that's it. We'll call it a episode. Catch you later.